We're back courtside post-game on the Albuquerque Downs Racetrack and Casino post-game show. Winning entertainment, including simulcast racing, live music, dining, the best games, and more. That's the Albuquerque Downs Racetrack and Casino. 68-66 is the final. The Lobos knock off Colorado State, ranked 22nd in the nation in the pit. It's the first time in the history of this iconic building that the Lobos have 3 ranked wins in the same season in the pit. That is an unbelievable statement with all the great teams that there have been here at the University of New Mexico. Lobo head coach Richard Pitino is with us here post-game. And, Coach, we first saw it against UT Arlington here in this building. And then the Lobos went on the road to play their rival, and we saw it again at the Pan Am Center in Las Cruces. One more time here tonight in the pit. Donovan Dent, your super sophomore, went coast to coast with the ball and created magic at the rim. He has turned it into a signature move. He went opposite. He laid it in. He got fouled. He's unbelievable, Coach. Congratulations. What a win.
Thank you. Yeah, amazing, obviously, in the history of the program to do something. I did not want to walk out of this building with a loss. Yes. I could not bring myself to have 3 in a row. So very, very proud of him. We played great defense in the second half until Stevens got going, and he's so good. But more than anything, Donovan Dent making plays down the stretch was huge. I thought Jabal Mashburn Jr. did some amazing things as well. So overall, just an awesome win. We had to find a way to get it done.
Yeah,
we did.
Coach, that was the epitome of a rock fight, right? I mean, you've talked about it all year. We have to be able to figure out a way to win in a rock fight. I thought in the second half, first half was ugly, dead even. But the second half, the intensity that Nelly brought in, and you guys pounding it inside, him getting to the free throw line and him scoring at the rim, I thought was setting the tone in the second half.
Yeah, Nelly was really good. That was one of his best games. He was disruptive. He made amazing plays. Proud of him, I mean, he's such a good kid. He works so hard. Like you said, it was a rock fight. It wasn't going to be beautiful. We were really guarding for most of the second half until the end there. And then some missed free throws. Man, that hurt us. But more than anything, we just... we knew they were going to come back, and we built some leads. They came back. They built some leads, but we just made huge plays at the end.
Huge plays at the end, and it did feel a little bit like deja vu because you had a tough foul shooting game in Fort Collins last month, but you're able to overcome it here tonight. And let's go back, the huddle, the final huddle. You anticipate that Stevens is going to make that free throw because he's such a good foul shooter, and what your plan was with about 7 seconds to go, and you guys have the ball down 1.
Similar to Louisiana Tech, I believe that was a close game where we wanted to put the ball in Donnie's hands, and he's such a good decision maker. Go make a play. We thought they'd go zone. We thought they'd switch it up, but go make a play, and Donovan just got in the middle of the lane there and just finished with the M1. It was terrific.
Yeah, I didn't think they'd go to zone. You guys chopped that zone up pretty well, both the 2-3 and the 1-3-1. I thought they'd go man-to-man, and they did, but why would they do that with your ball?
He has shown maybe to keep Donovan out of the lane, but he's gone zone at the end of some games, so we were certainly ready for it. Yeah.
You're right about Isaiah Stevens and how he was able to kind of take over there offensively down the latter stretches of the game. Defending him, how do you do it, Coach? Because he's really hard to guard.
Well, we didn't do it very well. I thought Jalen was good in the first half. Yes. They were running him off what you call floppy screens, and they were physical. They're big and strong. They're a really good team. And House was getting hit a little bit a couple times. We put Donovan on him. It was okay, and then we switched back to House. But, yeah, I cannot wait for that kid to graduate and move on. I hope he doesn't have any COVID years, anything, because he is a terrific player.
What about the post defense on Scott? He was a monster for them tonight.
Yeah, I thought better in the second half. He's a really good player as well. Big, physical, tough. They did a great job of evaluating in recruiting and getting some kind of hidden gems.
He's All-American in Division II,
yes,
right?
Yeah, and the Cartier was a Division II guy. So they did a great job of adding some really good pieces.
You held your own on the glass. It was not a good thing at their place in January, but what about the rebounding battle tonight?
Battled our butt off. You look at the numbers, they were all pretty similar. The difference was 12 turnovers to our 4 turnovers. That was what we were able to do. I equate Stevens to Tom Brady in the pocket, and if you don't blitz him and if you're not aggressive with him, he will pick you apart. So 9 assists, but we turned the ball over. So if you look at the numbers, all pretty similar except for that part of it.
Oh, and you win the points off turnovers off of that, but maybe they're not pressuring you as much on the perimeter as some of the other teams you face in the league do, but you only turn it over 4 times. That's an amazing number, isn't it?
Yeah, terrific. I mean, in last game, 6 assists, 20 turnovers.
Yep.
So we bounced back and made some really, really big plays. Mash was terrific, I thought. Shot good shots, got to the rim. Those layups are huge, so he made some big plays as well.
I loved what you said pregame, Coach. And Mash came out firing. You said, I just want him to keep shooting it confidently because he deserves to shoot it confidently with the work that he puts in.
Yeah, I mean, that's the bottom line. You're not going to make every shot, but if you work your butt off like Mash does, you can ignore all the Twitter people, you can ignore all the experts and keep playing. And he's going to play for a long time. And you're going to go through peaks and valleys, but as long as you put in the work, you've earned the right to be confident. He's done that.
And, Coach, I like what you said about there's more to the basketball than just being the jump shooter. He is a basketball player. He can defend. He can rebound. I mean, and I thought he did a little bit of everything tonight.
And that's what he needs to do.
Yes.
If your shot doesn't fall, you're going to get assists. You're going to get to the basket. And I thought he really grew as a player today. I'm very proud of him. 6
rebounds speaks exactly to what you were talking about. Coach, exhale. Air Force on Saturday. We look forward to that.
All right, thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Coach.
Lobo head coach Richard Pitino postgame courtside in the pit. Okay, time for today's adjustment of the game. It's brought to you by The Joint, the official chiropractor of UNM Athletics. And, Hunter, I think you said it to Coach Pitino in terms of the adjustment of the game tonight. You loved the play of Nelly Jr. Joseph.
Yeah, I thought there were a couple adjustments. The play of Nelly Jr. Joseph, and then also adjusting to the different defenses that were thrown at him in the second half. They adjusted to the 1-3-1 and the 2-3 zone. And a couple adjustments. But, yeah, we'll pick the Nelly one because he came out with aggression, and we have him here now live on the air.
Yeah, Nelly Jr. Joseph joins us here courtside post-game. The Lobos with a victory here over the Colorado State Rams in the pit by the final score of 68-66. And, Nelly, congratulations. We had you after a tough loss. Now we get to talk to you after a big win. What about your team's performance here tonight in the pit?
I think we play super hard. Like, we play as a team, share the ball, play defense, get a stop. Yeah.
You had a tough night in particular against San Diego State because of the foul trouble guarding Ledee. I thought that they were very strong on the block here tonight, but you guys stood tall and you came up with another double-double. What about playing against their front court tonight here in the pit?
I feel like we learned our lesson last game. We learned our lesson, not getting early foul trouble and stuff. So we got to play smart. Find a way to get it W. Because we lost last game, so we got to get it up for sure.
So what did Coach tell you at halftime? Because you came out in the second half with more aggression, asking for the ball, taking it into the defense, drawing the foul. What did Coach tell you at halftime? He
told us we should play hard, we're not playing we need to play we want to win, so we got to come outside and get it up because we know we have less game in the pit, so we don't want to lose any more game in the pit, so that's why we came out second after trying to get it up.
Pretty meaningful in front of a crowd like this after having lost the last 2 home games to get this W tonight?
Yeah. Really meaningful because we lost the last game. We don't want to lose any more game in the pit. That's the last game we're going to lose.
For you, and I remember you told me, this is the best crowd you've ever played in front of. What is the feeling like for you on this court when the crowd's like this?
It's super amazing. I haven't seen any crowd like this in my entire life, in my entire career playing basketball. So it's really amazing playing in front of this crowd.
Well, I could tell you fed off the energy, and when you play with energy, good things happen.
The energy keep me going. The way the crowd cheer you up, it keeps you going. Want to play hard all the time. So, because you don't want to let that down. Because I guess they're paying a lot of money to come watch us win the game.
Yes.
So, don't want to,
Coach said something to us, and I heard him give you guys the same message earlier today at shoot-around. He said at this point of the season, it is hard to find the energy. That it's that will make the difference. In a game like this where it's a one-possession game, how important is that? And where do you think you guys were able to find the energy from tonight? Because it hasn't always been there here down the stretch, and you guys were able to get it tonight.
My coach is always saying, whenever, we in a close game, we should just play hard. Play, Donovan Dance is pretty good at like game like that to get a win. Like we had which game? We have a close game like twice.
Yeah.
Against
New Mexico State.
New Mexico State,
Yeah.
and which other team?
Louisiana.
It was UT Arlington was the first
yes.
one.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I feel like we built for that. We built for that dynamic. So
You were expecting Donovan to do what he did there?
I was expecting that. I was sitting on the bench. Immediately scored. I ran in the court. Like I was like, whoa, I'm not supposed to run in the court, but I was so happy. Like, yeah, I know he was going to do that.
So much fun. Well, great performance by you tonight. I know you wanted to bounce back after the tough one in San Diego, and you stepped up tonight, brother. Congratulations.
Thank
great
you.
win, great effort.
Good
Thank
job.
you very much. Thank you.
Nelly Jr. Joseph here post-game inside the pit. Fabulous big man for New Mexico tonight with another double-double. Half dozen of those now as a Lobo. I asked Coach specifically about Nelly pregame, and he said, we need everybody to step up. But, and he gives the but, we need our bigs, and he's talking about Nelly and JT specifically, but he referenced both of them.
Right.
We need them to demand the ball. And Nelly took over on the block. You talked about it. He wanted the ball. He showed an array of moves down there that we haven't always seen this year. There was a little bit of a hint of the performance he had against Utah State here in the pit earlier this conference slate. He did it again tonight against Colorado State.
Yeah, no question. I thought, especially in the second half, but in the first part of the game, when the game started initially, they got the ball inside, and he was able to score at the rim, and then he kind of got away from that. Credit CSU. But then I thought in the second half, he came out aggressive, very aggressive, and then taking the ball into the defense.
Dent has become the Lobos' Mr. Clutch. With the finish again here tonight, what he has done 3 times this season with a coast-to-coast run to beat an opponent in the pit. The first one was UT Arlington here in this fabulous venue as he knocked off that team with an end-to-end run 82-80 with a buzzer beater on a layup at the rim. And then he does it in Cruces against New Mexico State. He's basically done it every month.
Yeah.
He did it in December against the Aggies on the road with a finish for the ages. Same thing here tonight, coast to coast. Only this time he left a little bit of clock left.
Yeah. He did it too quickly.
Colorado State was clever at the finish.
Yeah, they were.
Get that pitch to half court.
Yeah.
Remember, the Lobos lost the game because of a similar type scenario with Utah State in this building back in the Sam Merrill days, where they were, Bean caught a ball at half court, and then they won a game late because they were able to get the timeout and set up something. Lobos didn't let that happen here tonight.
There was no quit in Medved. Coach Medved had, that play drawn up, gives them a better chance, a closer look. But I tell you what, on that inbounds play, New Mexico couldn't defend it any better. I mean, those guys really didn't get a good look. In fact, I think they had no shot clock left when they, I think it was Clifford took the shot. So
they might have gotten it off just before the horn, but most important from where I sit, they didn't let Stevens have a chance to beat him at the finish of that possession. And you think back to what happened last year when one of the best players, if not the best perimeter player on each of 2 teams, Nevada and San Diego State, in this building, hit game winners at the horn. That didn't happen tonight because they didn't let Stevens have that chance.
Yeah. No, New Mexico defended that inbounds very well, and credit the defense. I mean, I think that's what really won this game.
Bob Walpole was fantastic in our studios producing. On-site engineer Michael Carlisle, broadcast partner Hunter Green. I'm Robert Portnoy. A quick look at some final totals. Dent and Mashburn 16 to lead their team. House with 14, Joseph with 13. On the other side, Stevens 20, Scott 18, Cartier 11. Joseph double-double, 13 and 12. Stevens just misses 1, 20 and 9. There was a double-double on the other side. Scott 18 and 13 for Colorado State. You can't ask for anything better than a win against the 22nd ranked team in the country. That's what the Lobos got here tonight. We'll talk to you from the pit on Saturday. The Lobos welcome Air Force, 1:30 airtime, 2 o'clock tip from the iconic University Arena. Final score for the final time. The Lobos knock off CSU. New Mexico, 68. Colorado State, 66. So long, everyone. This has been Lobo Basketball on the UNM Sports Radio Network.